Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, this is from news10.com. Gaunteng police forces award Scientology volunteer ministers for life-saving humanitarian work. Isn't this wonderful that the mainstream media covers this in such a positive light? News provided by Ian Presswire, February 1st, 2023. South African Police Service awarding the Scientology volunteer ministers, you know a lot of them are kids, by the way, right? For their valuable work, I look at it as slavery, in the community. Because, you know, enough bad things have not happened in South Africa, right? Boots? I mean, like, seriously, you guys. Seriously. That has to have some type of symbolism, significance there. No offense to this guy who's so heavyset, but there's a lot of suffering going on in the world, and it's always people like that I don't know. The Johannesburg Metro Department awarding the volunteers with bronzed standard issue police boots. I mean, could it be that some of these folks are just very misled, like the Scientologists? I mean, they all know they can get an R1 visa to come to America. No offense, because South Africa is probably beautiful. But we know what kinds of things Scientology and other cults do to lure people from other countries into their indentured servitude, slavery of children. Chairperson of the Scientology volunteer minister, Sandile Halyisi, and Tshwane Metro police officers, unveiling the bronzed police cap and plaque. Could it get more cheesy? Don't you guys wonder if a lot of these volunteer ministers are actually getting decent meals every day? Are they working 18 to 24-hour days? Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department officials handing over a certificate of appreciation. I learned years ago all those certificates don't mean anything. That's my opinion. To the volunteer for excellent service. How about volunteer for excellent slavery? How about that one? Over 400 guests, including all the major police forces, of course. And because of the imbalance of power and the, what is the word I'm looking for? The inequities in South Africa. I mean, this goes a lot of places, but in some countries it's much more pronounced. This multi-billion-dollar business, fake church, in my opinion, going in and parasiting off of these different people that are looking to change their life, find a way in the world, parasiting off the more impoverished people. It makes me sick. It's not just Scientology doing it either. And you know they always up their stats. Over 400 guests. They always get out of the child word, don't they? Including all the major police forces, of course. Converged to honor the Scientology volunteer ministers for their continued efforts during the pandemic. Kialami Midrand Gaunteng, South Africa, February 1st, 2023. Recently they keep repeating over and over. Recently more than 400 prestigious guests. Does that include children as well, those child slaves that they have in there? Including all the major police forces. I know I've read this 3 times, but that's how they've written it. In Gaunteng converged at Castle Kialami to honor the Scientology volunteer ministers for the continued humanitarian efforts. Imagine this business, this company, passing themselves off as honoring humanitarian efforts while they all slave away like slaves. Continued humanitarian efforts to uplift society. No, it's to drain society. And save lives. Well, how'd that work out for Lisa McPherson? How did that work out for Kyle Brennan? How did that work out for Whitney Mills? And how did that work out for Tori's friend, who was a former Sea Org member, and his son took his own life? He was a child Scientologist. I guess they didn't save their lives, did they? During the pandemic, in attendance, never miss an opportunity for when there's a crisis. And save lives during the pandemic, in attendance were the South African Police Service, Tshwane Metro Police Department. I mean, it just makes me feel rage. You showed us how to lead. And no offense, but I'm just going to be honest, what awful things that white people have done in Africa. I'm not saying every single white person that lives in Africa is evil, but it's like it's a slap in the face, but it takes it to the extreme. You showed us how to lead and how to do better in the community. They didn't know how to do that before, right? They needed Scientology for that. Don't you guys wonder how much they got paid? I do. We have been following in your footsteps ever since. Tshwane Metro Police Department. Johannesburg Metro Police Department, El Cure Luhani Metro Police Department, and the National Disaster Management Center, which all wanted to share their gratitude with the Scientology volunteer ministers. It's my opinion that those people are slaves. Now police forces came in numbers to recognize the group. I mean, even just think about how artificial all of this sounds. It just sounds so artificial. To recognize the group for their invaluable contributions. Don't you wonder who wrote this? And for assisting to save the lives of many throughout the past 3 years. Whose lives did they save? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure a lot of Scientologists feel like they're saving people's lives. But they're not. It's not what they think. They were further recognized by government departments. Of course the Gov has to get into it. Isn't that a mixture of church and state? I mean, I don't know how Africa, how they work, but allegedly in our country, in the United States, we're supposed to have separation of church and state. And as we can see all around us, that never really pans out, does it? Religious leaders and other institutions for bringing help through education. No, that would be a indoctrination of L. Ron Hubbard courses, allegedly. Spiritual values, like making children be adults in small bodies. Disaster response, well, that's where they get their new victims. Actions, support, and giving hope to the people of South Africa. Because I'm just going to say it like it is. Maybe some people get offended. I don't really care. So now you need the white Scientologists and the white people to come in and give them hope, right? They can't do it on their own. What do they do? Go and bring them like dried beans or something, or who knows? I mean, let's be really honest. A lot of those South African people could teach people from United States and other countries a lot of things. Like how to plant crops and how to grow crops well and numerous things. The prestigious event, it's always prestigious, isn't it? They've used prestigious twice, so to me this is screaming that a Scientologist wrote it. With the chairperson of the Scientology volunteer minister, Mr. Sandil Halayisi, expressing his gratitude on behalf of the association. Listen to this. Following the tear-jerking, welcoming speeches, top partners from various police stations. It's all generic, you guys. You know what I talk about with generic. Took the stage to publicly recognize the Scientology volunteer ministers. They've only said this 5 times now. And Church of Scientology for the massive humanitarian impact made. I don't like generic terms like that. What did they do? Did they bring you Way to Happiness booklets? Did they help dig trenches when things were flooding? I mean, what did they do? I can't stand certificates, you guys. Presenting certificates, plaques, and iconic statues, all from a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They gave certificates and plaques, you guys. Just like the one I read the other day where the LAPD donated 12 bikes to these children's programs, which was nice. No, not the LAPD, I'm sorry. The Scientology. I have to go back and read it, but no, it was from the LAPD. I'm getting it all screwed up. It was from the LAPD. And then Scientology donated an iPad. A whole iPad, which you guys know was probably loaded with all L. Ron Hubbard propaganda. I don't even like going through this. This is just sad. First to award the volunteers was Brigadier Tatsoto from the Midrand South African Police Service. They always go for the higher-ups, you notice that? With an entourage of his officers. He proceeded to award the volunteers with a massive plaque. I mean, it's so cheesy. I can't stand plaques and certificates and awards. I made such an amazing video once of the elite people giving each other awards, and the Illuminatistas did not like that at all. He proceeded to award the volunteers with a massive plaque. Wow, a massive plaque, you guys. Not just a regular plaque. It was a massive one. Because everybody needs a plaque in their life, right? And said, this is a very important day. It's an important day, everyone. We are here with our partners. What bothers me more about this is that, and I mean, I am not an expert on politics. Like there's so many African countries. There's so much corruption and evil things going on in Africa, just like a lot of countries. But it really bothers me even more to see this more European, American, multi-billion-dollar business coming in and doing this. It bothers me extra. And I bet a lot of melanated, brown-skinned people would feel the same. With our partners, the Church of Scientology, they do so much for us. I bet you they do. Don't you guys bet they do? Imagine there's some payments floating around. So it is very important that we support them. They always go for the cops first and the government officials. You notice that? You will always be welcomed by the Church of Scientology. Unless you're disabled. Don't be disabled. Do not be disabled. And do not be gay. Don't be gay. Because they're not welcomed. And in fact, South Africans, I would remind you that L. Ron Hubbard was a straight up racist. Might want to look into that one. And they will always open their doors for you. If you open your wallet, they will. They are our family. Oh, run when people say that stuff. And it is a safe place for us. The Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department was next. They also presented a framed recognition. Wow, isn't that exciting, you guys? A framed recognition. To the volunteers, the slaves, for their life-saving work. What would that life-saving work be? Were the children giving grown adults touch assist, or were the grown adults giving children touch assist where they touch the children in inappropriate places on their body? Is that what the life-saving work was? The Joburg Metro Police Department officially then presented an award. This makes me want to barf. All the poverty and all the difficulties going on in South Africa, and this is the stuff they do. JMPD standard boots, which represent bravery and selfless service to the community. Selfless slavery. Director Dilepu, who personally brought the huge award, said, "I knew when we first met that we had to partner so that we could save the lives of our officers." So apparently Scientology, you guys, saves police officers' lives. I mean, thank God, right? Don't you guys wonder what they did to save the police officers' lives? I would rather have a police officer protecting me than a Scientologist, but I don't know, maybe I just fell off the bus or something. We have been working with the church for many years. Cha-ching, ching, ching. So I want to thank you for what you are doing for us and for the community. See, to me, this is so embarrassing. It's like they have to keep saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you, slave master. Thank you, slave master. I don't even want to read all this. This just makes me want to puke. You guys, I don't want to read all of it. It's too much. Of course, it was Church of Scientology writing this propaganda. And that was from Sandil Hilaisi. Little does she know how she has ruined her life. I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.